Doors are open and our finals match has begun here on Oasis. Both teams just head right into the middle, not wasting any time, going shield to shield. Good Maywall coming up, trying to divide off the front line, and Dana DeVito. Tryhard's able to come up with a pick, but they lose Mooselips in the process, so they lose their main tank, and the res coming through onto that mortar. Dana DeVito with a one-man advantage here in our opening engagement. Good rock coming through onto that Mercy from the flank. That Sigma trying to come around, and then a Maywall trying to divide off the front line. Looks like so far Tryhard's in control of the positioning, but Dana DeVito staying alive. For the meantime, I spoke too soon. Curse comes up with a good kill onto the Mercy, and that's not only a big chunk of healing, but the res gone. That leaves Major Noah out in no man's land. Johan charging into his death, and Tryhard's winning first engagement, coming up with first capture percentage here on Oasis.
They're going to make the switch over to this Vine. Sorry, I think they can land on Unifito in that conversation. Beerus is almost up to that E ultimately that Bay Blizzard. That's going to have to be their right position. Defito don't have much to answer back unless they can get back and get that Deadeye off. Let's see how they're going.
Well, they are taking a very conservative approach as they're backing up. They're going to go and drop Valk. That's going to prompt an Amp Matrix coming out from the other side. Muslim's trying to charge in, but it's countered back by Johan. Both of them fall to the ground, and we're going to get both Valk and Coalescence coming out, but XTL goes down just as the Coalescence emerges, but Nick answers right back with a massive Deadeye, finding 3. A desperation charge coming in from Mooselips. Is it going to be enough? No, he is by himself on this point and just running for his life. It's going to be a reset coming out of Tryhards here as we go into overtime. Can they get back in touch? Did he stall enough? No. Danny DeVito will take our first round here on Oasis. Nick falls to an arrow from Slays as well, and once again, Tryhard's going to come up with the first engagement victory and get the percentage started in their favor.
Switching Beerus over to Prealer is really good for Tryhard. He was consistently hitting Shoal, actually on the speed. He eliminated speed early, which eliminates a lot of Danny DeVito's damage. The tanks never really got any opportunity to engage because of how clustered this composition is on Tryhard. Running that double shield is really difficult for the DPS angles and Midrex to even get charged up on that Zarya for the tanks to engage. Let's see if DeVito can respond a little bit differently heading into this next fight.
They use a lot of cooldowns early to try to aggress on the point, buy themselves some space here on the back. We're getting Amp Matrix on the other side to try to deny it, and Beerus comes up with a good Deadeye from the high ground, takes the pharmacy down. Johan goes right behind him with that. They're falling like dominoes, and Tryhard's holding on to the point strong here. That DPS duo of Slays and Beerus coming up big there in that engagement. We had an Earthshatter coming out from Johan on the back line, but the rest of his team was still up by Mega trying to deal with the aggression that left Johan on an island by himself. He goes down, Burr goes down. We're getting Graviton Surge out of it. You know, try to answer back. Here come the Dragons on top of it. The Orisa whittled down super low. The Mercy goes down, and the Grav Dragons may have done it. Dragons come out from the other side. Slays trying to counterpunch back here. He combines with the taxi to pick up 2 kills. Danny DeVito not quite able to get on top here. Overtime Wick is a burn, and Johan's made it back in the battle, but Slays with an excellent set of Storm Arrows finds the head of Nick. Turns around and gets a nice shot onto Burr, taking the 2-on-1 and winning that victory. Johan has no life left, trying to come in. The Zarya throwing the late bubble in, trying to keep his man alive. But Curse is going to drop that Gravitic Flux in, take out one, take out the other. Slays cleaning up from there, and Tryhard's holding on and tie up our match here on Oasis.
Yeah, we are really seeing the power here of that double shield, especially when you win that first fight. You're not having to walk into
Big Deadeye coming through, finds bow support. There are no more healers left standing on the side of Danny. The tank's doing their best to survive as long as they can, but they're not going to last long here. A late Graviton Surge that I think they're going to want back. In the end, they got 38% on the board. They still have Lucio and Moira trying to stall this thing out for as long as possible. Get as much of that percentage built up as they can here. Good stalls coming through. That Lucio just bouncing around like a madman. The Mexican Jumbo Bean, they're not able to pin him down. Slays does finally get that kill, but it does give time for that tank to come back. You're absolutely right. But Slays just opening things up. He turns his attention onto that Symmetra, and the big Doomfist coming through. Gonna go ahead and drop that Meteor Strike down. Johan caught in the corner. Eventually able to get this thing flipped over. Not before Danny gets 59% on the board.
Not only did they get the point switched over Bullskunk, they also get the Graviton Surge, the Dragon Strike, and the Nimble out of the side of Danny DeVito. Ultimate gone on their side. However, Danny DeVito also quite happy because they got a lot of percentage, and also got the Gravitic Flux under Tryhards. Here comes the engagement. The Brutality Build's gonna help them out with that Moon Shatter from Johan.
Yeah, and Nick in the backline just wreaking havoc on this Reaper with a good swap. Slay's gonna take out Shmito, but they're gonna trade out as both of the DPS on the side of Tryhards drop to these shotguns, and now Nick just going in the backline, just decimating the tanks from behind. They surround them, they take them down. Danny DeVito get this thing flipped right back over.
Here comes the application matrix and the Rick Fire. Tryhards wants to be engaged early. Here's the target. The target to get anything it will. It gets
They are going to get the res back onto the Reinhardt, so we'll be to 5v5 here as Danny's trying to push in. Both teams missing a DPS player. They're going to go ahead and use Bowl early. Ant Matrix coming out on the side of Danny DeFito as they try to push through this main choke. Once again, they have the members of Tryhards back on the right side. Kurtz tried to throw down an Earth Shatter, and it got blocked. Hit nothing but the shield of Johan. He was ready for it, but Mooselet's coming in with a big pick onto that Baptiste. They're going to throw a Graviton Surge in as well. Graviton Surge coming out from both sides. Dragons from Danny DeFito to couple with it, though, and they have the better combo coming up with a big 3 kills. They're going to turn their attention onto a juiced up Mooselets. They do lose their Mercy in the process, and they have to deal with this Junkrat, but it does not take them long. With a $130 on the clock, Danny DeFito finally finding an answer to point A here. They're back, taking out the Zarya, and that's a big chunk of damage missing. Turns attention onto that Sombra. We have the Reinhardt throw themselves down to the side. I believe that was Kirsch just trying to take Johan off the battlefield there, removing that shield, trying to give his team room to work on the objective. We are getting Dragons coming out from Schmido as they look to counter back, and Schmido finds kills onto both DPS. We are getting an Ant Matrix on the other side, but Niche is answering back, takes out that Baptiste. And with the res onto Johan, Danny DeFito looking strong here. We need to get an Earth Shatter coming out from Curses. They're desperately trying to come back and stall for as long as possible, but he does not last long in the objective. Slays is back on this Doomfist. This Doomfist is going to be one that can turn this thing around if he can find a couple picks. We are getting an EMP out as well, but despite the EMP, Danny DeFito still finds the kills and comes up with that second point. 2:55 left in the time bank. Looks like they're going to start off our right side, going around by Van, trying to work that double shield in, get that sim room to get the teleporter onto the objective. They're going to do just that. Does the team make it through? Looks like the team does make it through, and they throw a lamp out, solidify their place on this objective. Johan trying to go in, turn his attention into the corner to try to pressure down the front line, but there's too much there, and he's forced back out, forced back into the safety of his healer. Meanwhile, on the outside, Nova's got a charged up Zarya trying to put some damage back into that front line. So far, another team rolling the crack. Johan dives in and overextends ever so slightly, giving Tryhards just enough time to burn him down. With him down, Slays is having a day at the shooting range here. Comes up with 3 big picks, including the pharmacy, and a very quick point 8 coming through for Tryhard. Focus prod around the door. Zarya already at 75 charge, putting a world of damage coming through that choke. Is it going to be enough to get through this double shield? The alternating shields coming out from the side of the defense. Tryhard doing a great job with that management so far, not letting anything really through. Nobody able to draw first blood just yet. Danny DeFito sees an opportunity. Their cooldowns are ready. They're going to try to aggress onto the objective. They try to push in. Johan taking a lot of damage, but his healer's there to keep him topped off, and an early Ant Matrix comes out. Immortality field there on the side of Tryhard, but it gets immediately taken down. That Ant Matrix is still going. Nova in there with all of that charge, putting a hurt down. Then Nick comes through on the Reaper, finding himself 2, make that 3 kills. And Danny DeFito, the slow and steady, methodical pace working for him as they push in and pick up point A. They're going to have 3 points on the board here.
Yeah, really good for DeFito. Once I got the pick on the slate, it won't really ruin that.
DeFito must find an answer here, unless they go down 3-2 here in this match. So far, they have not found a response. The tank line too strong on the side of Tryhards here in this engagement. Blaze coming up with some big picks. They've got this thing flipped over. Teleporter is there. They do manage to get back in touch, keep the overtime wick burning, but one by one, they fall into the mess of Tryhard. Supercharger out on the side of Tryhards as well. Try to counter back the Graviton Surge coming out of Danny DeFito as they look to desperately push back in here and save their attack. One fight to win it all. 97-99 on the board. Hammond there spinning to win it, but he does not. He goes down. Tracer falls as well. Tryhards will hang on and take Li Jing Tower in a 3-2 lead. Go drop a follow to the console stream team on Twitter. Get notified of when all of our matches go live across the various tournaments that we cover. Feel free to join our Discord as well, especially if you're interested in getting into casting or production design. Anything that we do here, we're all just trying to learn and get better and grow as a community there together. It's a great resource to learn from fellow like-minded gamers.
Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading.